The third installment of the Ultimate Leadership is out, right? People always struggle with the name of the book. This is the book that I first published in 2019. That was when I first did the first edition of the book. The title is The Ultimate Leadership. The Ultimate Leadership, And I'm very excited that it's finally out. And firstly, I want to say thank you to CEDA, the Small Enterprise Development Agency, the team at CEDA, Nelson Mandela Bay office, particularly the CEDA Asset Assistance Program. If you're an entrepreneur in South Africa, you don't know about the CEDA Asset Assistance Program, please go check it out. I hear that it's still open. But yeah, go and check that out. It's a grant valued at around 250,000 rands. That's meant to assist small businesses with asset finance, right? But the third installment is out. I'm very excited. You can have a look at the feel, the design. I think we redesigned it. The first and second edition, the cover was red. If you have a look just behind me there, you'll see that's the second edition. Those of you that have the book, you'll see. The initial cover was red. We've changed it to white, And thank you to Unati Gyani, who designed the actual cover, and he did a great job, in terms of the cover and the look and the feel. So it's currently available from our office in Nelson Mandela Bay. We can ship it to you wherever you are. And retails at 280 rands. First edition of the book was okay. In fact, it wasn't okay, it was terrible, right? Have a look at this. I just got this from someone. This looks terrible. This was the first edition of the book. I remember a friend of mine helped me. We printed, the first print was around 100 books for the first edition. So we did 100 books. So, in fact, if you have the first edition of the book, right, I'll give you the third edition for free. You can come and exchange the third edition for the first. Am I saying that right? You can come and exchange give me the first and I'll give you the third. That's what I'm trying to say, right? The book was okay, but it was terrible, man. I just didn't like how big it was, but we had to move forward, we had to print, we had to get it out there. And that's the type of person I am, right? I'm not a perfectionist. I'm all for progress over perfection. Let's do the thing. Let's get it out there. If it's not fine, we'll improve it. We'll do many iterations of it until we get what we want, right? But this is my book on leadership, on business, on entrepreneurship. It has 10 chapters. I speak a lot about leadership, my view of what leadership is and what it's supposed to be. And I speak about a variety of shifts that must take place in the whole leadership discourse, particularly the shift of going back to an authentic, love-based paradigm of leading, which is ultimately the heart of the book, going back to loving people and being authentic in how we lead, But I speak about a lot of things in this book. Let me just have a look at the contents page, right? I speak quite about a lot of things. Chapter 1, first things first. Then I speak about shifting to your why. So first things first is just my analysis of, some of the leadership concepts that I break down in my own personal leadership definition. And I reference Dr. Miles Monroe's work, but I build on that and I talk about what I think in terms of what's happening now globally, what I think leadership should look like, right? Then shifting to your why, that's important. And then I speak about third chapter, casting a compelling vision, which is a, leadership non-negotiable. Fourth chapter, I speak about a shift to the people business, working with people. What's the value? How do you treat people? And why are people so important in any organization? Then the shift to entrepreneurship, some key entrepreneurial lessons. So if you're an entrepreneur, I think chapter 5, you'll really, really benefit from. Chapter 6, the disruptive transformation. So I unpack transformation a bit. Chapter 7, I speak a bit about influence, Chapter 8, I speak about building high performance teams. If you're an organization and you're leading a team, so how do you actually go out and build high performance team? Fortunately, I've worked with, in my line of work, I've done a lot of work with various teams and organizations and schools and teachers and companies. So a lot of our insights are taken from the research that we've done and the experiences that we've had working with various teams. Then I speak about Chapter 9, Leadership Non-Negotiables. Then finally, I speak about the most precious commodity, which is Chapter 10, right? The most precious commodity, which is time mastery. All, I think these are essential topics that you'd find that every leader must sort of get a grasp on, but it's really from a different perspective. And I'm hoping that you will enjoy my view and my narration and my perspective of some of these topics in the 3rd edition. So I've referenced less of other people's work, and I've sort of built on to my work from the past decade or so of being in the leadership development space. So I'm hoping that you will enjoy this. So the book has been endorsed, by a couple of people, Dr. Elijah Morgan, Professor Avinash Governji, Pastor Africa Mhlope, Deputy Minister of Defense, General Bantu Olomisa, So yes, we'll put the details in the link or in the video. If you want a copy of the book, you can always get it. But if you've got the 1st edition of the book, don't forget, you can contact our office and we will try and give you a free copy of the 3rd edition, but you just have to cover the postage. So yes, I'm excited. Thank you to CEDA and thank you to everyone for making this possible. Cheers.